Warning. This podcast is hosted by two brain-dead idiots with zero filter. Therefore, it contains language and opinions not suitable for all listeners. Viewer discretion is advised.
Wake the fuck up, samurai. We have a city to burn.
Welcome back to Virtual Tavern, a podcast where we talk about all things sci-fi and fantasy. And we did it again. We were gone for a little bit. My bad. Well, both of our bads, but
it's gonna kind of start happening. We might have to backtrack a little bit with how often we upload, guys. Just with how our work schedules hit now.
Yeah.
Being able to do Friday and Sunday every week is realistically not going to be able to happen, unless, like one of us happens to get off of nights and just stay up that day to immediately record.
Yeah, I'm still drawing up a plan of what I think might be the best solution. I still want to keep that Fantasy Friday and Sci-Fi Sunday model, but maybe instead of like 4 times a month, one every week, maybe it'll be like bi fucking weekly, or bi-monthly, twice a month,
Yeah.
So I'm still thinking about it. It gives me more time to edit and shit too. So
yeah,
4 episodes a month is what we would be looking at, which I think is a lot more, of a easier load to bear.
Yeah, because we don't exactly have to we don't have to record, on a Friday or a Sunday. We could do it earlier to give you time to be able to upload it, and then
it gives me more time to do YouTube shorts too.
Yeah.
So, if we have fucking time where I'm off, and you're working, be like, fuck, I'll just make some YouTube shorts.
Yeah.
So that might actually help the channel a little bit. But anyway, we are talking about Cyberpunk 2077, the video game. We haven't talked about it in a while, but just a quick recap before we get into our house cleaning shit. Last time we left off, we were helping Pan Palmer get her car back and everything. And she's going to help us, but we had to help her first. So we had to get the car back from, what were they called? The Wyverns or the fucking...
the race.
The race, yeah. So
yeah,
like a faction of the race that live in the Badlands. They're not nomads. They I think they're cannibals, aren't they? Like cannibalistic. There's a lot of artwork that shows that they eat each other.
Yeah, they're the what the fuck are they called? The entire group has a name, kind of like nomads, whatever. But
they're subset of the race. They have a specific name. It's in the episode last week. I forgot about it.
Yeah, but the group that they're a part of, it's all people who got kicked out of different nomad clans. So it's your rapists, your murderers, whatever.
Yeah, the worst of the worst.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if they ate people too.
Yeah. So yeah, we had to help her get her truck back, and there's an option if you want to pursue her romance to go to the fucking lair.
Yep.
And just murder everybody that was involved in her getting her truck stolen.
Yep.
So if you want to be part of that romance, you have to do that. Other than that, I think that's where the episode ends. You go to the bar, the Sunset Motel.
Yeah, and you're having a drink, and V starts trying to make a move. Well, why don't we just get one room? Oh yeah, he has 2 beds in every room. That'll help us save a little bit of cash. That's not quite what I had in mind. And she does a whole fucking wink thing. That still fucking throws me off.
Yeah.
Oh, we can celebrate, but not right now. I'm tired. Fuck you.
Yeah. So, but for the purpose of this episode, you could continue Panem's quest after you wake up in the Sunset Motel, but for the purposes of this episode, we decided to backtrack just a tiny bit and start I believe it's called Automatic Love.
Yep.
Judy Alvarez quest line where you follow the footsteps of Evelyn Parker and track her down.
Yeah.
So we'll come back to Panem Palmer probably next episode.
Yeah, I think that'd be a kind of a good layout, is to be able to try to bounce between the two.
Yeah.
Just so that we're not following one quest line, then jumping to the next one, then going here. Help mix it up a little bit, give a little bit of variation.
Yeah. So anyway, before we dig deep into our content coverage, we have some house cleaning shit. It takes about 10 minutes. We go over plugs, butt plugs, and Hunter's nipple piercings. He can't go through a TSA fucking screening without those bangers fucking popping off.
Dude, I'm lucky that they switched it to where you just have to put your arms up and the thing revolves around you, because like when they try doing the stick, man, it pulls.
Yeah.
Tries ripping around my nipples.
Oh, geez. Anyway.
Oh, gosh. Oh, geez, Rick.
First off, we have a YouTube and Spotify. We're on multiple platforms, so wherever you are viewing us, you're helping the channel, you're helping the podcast, but we're everywhere. So if you're watching us on YouTube and you have Spotify Premium, go watch there. You don't get any ads, or vice versa, So whatever streaming service, whatever, is your preference, we're on a bunch of shit. Find us and you'll still be supporting the podcast. We also have a TikTok. It's virtual_tavern_podcast. Now, one of our videos actually did fairly well.
One of them blew the fuck up.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the views were on that bitch, but
it was like 7,000.
Yeah, and it got over like 1,300 likes on it.
Yeah.
And I mean, my phone was just fucking bing, 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 bing. Fucking started pulling it up while I was, like coming home from work. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah. Which for you guys, that may not seem like a lot, but for us, we're excited about that. That's growth.
Yeah, that's the best video we've had on our TikTok, period.
Yeah. The only one that kind of beat that was like one on YouTube, which got like 11,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
But still, those are and you still have more to upload too.
Oh yeah, I have plenty.
But anyway, if you like TikTok, everyone likes TikTok nowadays. Follow us there. You can see our YouTube shorts. Excuse me, and I just re-upload them there. Well, Hunter does. But yeah, that's multiple ways that you could support the podcast. Anyway, we have our email. So our email is contactvirtualtavern@gmail.com. We would absolutely love to hear from you. We have Fantasy Friday and Sci-Fi Sunday. So right now, for Fantasy Friday, we're covering The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. And Sci-Fi Sunday, obviously, we're covering Cyberpunk. But you can email us and you can ask us literally anything, and we will read it on the podcast as long as it's in good nature. We're not going to read. You know what I'm not going to read. So use your best judgment. We're pretty foul on this podcast. So the bar is right here. If you're below that bar, fuck, you're disgusting, dude.
Dude,
you've got problems.
We'll discuss it after hours.
Yeah. But anyway, that email again is contactvirtualtavern@gmail.com. We've been having really great engagement with our community lately. Lots of great fans creating fan art. So if you're an artist and you create fan art for the podcast, we'll show it on the podcast. We'll print it out in our fucking studio.
Yep.
So
or, if you're an artist, then just go ahead and email us and say hi.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Artist, like someone that's autistic.
Oh my God, I hate you. Anyway, one last thing before we get to our talking point recap. Hunter, whenever we get new listeners from a new country, I like to shout them out. We got not one, not two, 3 new listeners from 3 separate countries, Hunter.
Holy shit. Dude,
So
I have 3 chances.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 9 guesses. And I'm going to, just to help you out, I'm going to read off the list of every country that we have so far before these new ones, so you know which ones you can cross out mentally in your mind.
Got it.
I will give you 9 questions or nine guesses. If you can guess at least 2 out of 3, I'll let you take that Darth Vader mug behind you, right next to Greedo. I'll let you take him. So
I have one of those.
Okay, then you can take Greedo. So if you can get 2 out of the 3 countries correct, I'll let you take Greedo home. So I will read off the countries that we have so far. United States, obviously. India, United Kingdom, Republic of Lithuania, Germany, Australia, Ireland, Slovakia, Brazil, Sweden, Ecuador, Indonesia, and the Czech Republic.
Forgot we had Czech Republic.
Yes. So 3 new countries.
Yeah, because I
9
made that
guesses.
dumbass joke.
2 out of 3.
Okay. I feel like this would be an easy one. Like I doubt it's it. Canada.
Negative. 8 guesses remaining.
New Zealand?
Negative. 7 guesses remaining.
This is gonna suck.
You have to get 2 out of 3. Come on.
Cuba?
Negative. 6 guesses remaining.
Fuck. Spain.
Negative. 5 guesses remaining.
No, I have to guess it. I guess it every time, Adam.
Huh.
Japan.
Correct.
Yes! Yes! It finally hit! It finally
We
hit!
have a new listener from Japan. So Hunter actually got one.
I finally got one!
So the land of hentai and fucking samurais, thank you for listening to the podcast.
Hentai samurai!
Yeah.
Okay.
So I believe you have 4 guesses remaining. You have to get one more.
Oh, okay. Ireland.
Ireland was already on the list.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. That
Oh.
counts as a guess, because I told you. 3 guesses remaining.
I know we have Germany already, because that was one that I failed hard.
10 seconds.
Russia.
Yes!
Yeah!
We have a new listener from Russia. So, yeah.
I mean, what else can I say?
I don't know what else to say. You want me to get political? We're not going to do that. So, you have 2 guesses remaining for extra credit.
Okay. I don't remember if this one was listed off already. Spain.
You already guessed Spain.
Did I guess Spain?
You guessed Spain already. You guessed that's the tour.
I didn't remember. Too many fucking guesses, man.
One more left.
Oh, fuck it. Just because I want to see if they're okay. No, I know we don't have them because I guessed them before. Ukraine.
We do not have Ukraine. The last country is Israel.
Man, I was even thinking about places over there too. I was like, no.
So thank you guys for listening to the podcast. New listeners from Israel, Russia, and Japan. Hunter, you are now the proud owner of that Greedo mug. There might be some shit in it, so you can empty it out into the Darth Vader mug. He didn't suck this time.
Yeah, I mean, I did, but I at least got it.
Yeah. So whatever's in there, you can just dump in the Darth Vader mug before you leave. Anyway, one last thing for our house cleaning shit is we have a talking point recap on this channel. For those of you that don't know, a talking point recap for us, Jesus.
You gave me alcohol.
A talking point recap for us is an opportunity for us to reflect on the previous segment of whatever we're covering. Hunter, my talking point recap for you is very simple. What was your favorite or most epic moment in the whole mission helping out Pan Am?
Honestly, my favorite moment would just be that initial contact you get when you haul ass down into the cave, fucking Nash's men start shooting at you, like just the intensity of how pissed Pan Am was and just like, you're fucking dead. Like,
yeah.
It was just the buildup and everything too. It was just so fucking like, oh, it was heavy.
Yeah. It was just like, go, like fucking, you're going in there at Mach 10, and then just guns blaring everywhere. It was like, we're going in the shit, boys. Get off the ramps. But yeah, that was a pretty epic moment.
So mine for you is Raffins. That's what they're called.
Oh.
What do you think, like, how do you think the story would have been affected if you help get Pan Am her truck back? You go to Nash, you go down to try to kill Nash, betray her, and make a deal with Nash.
Ooh.
How do you think that would pan out?
Well, she would die.
Well, I mean, yeah, she would die, but what would happen story-wise?
Fucking Nash would help you take down the helicarrier or whatever, the fucking dropship, and then you would be out of romance.
Okay. What about Paul? What would happen with like the rest? I'm thinking big picture.
Oh, like the Aldecados?
Yeah.
Well, this is like saying if CD Projekt Red actually put in that much work for an alternative fucking branching storyline. So My guess, there's two ways you can go about it. You can kill Pan Am, and then the Aldecaldos still help you because you can make up some bullshit story of like, oh, she sacrificed herself valiantly, you know.
True.
Or you could just, if they really wanted to get in depth with it, you can join the Raph and Shiv and then take out the Aldecaldos as like the fucking evil choice, you know,
Yeah.
the renegade choice for Mass Effect enjoyers. But yeah, I think realistically they would just have it. All right, Pan Am dies. You can make up some bullshit story, go back to the Aldecaldos, and that's that. And you probably missed out on that whole ending for the game with the Aldecaldos.
Oh yeah, because like I mean, Pan Am's kind of the only reason that ending existed.
Yeah.
But I mean, it could open up a door where Nash kind of takes her place, and you go there with the Raffins. But because of how fucking like insane and like honestly out of control they are, I don't think that'd be a realistic possibility.
No, it'd be like a player choice that gets like 5%, you know, of players actually choosing it.
Yeah,
something incredibly rare. But anyway. So that's our talking point recaps, and that's our house cleaning shit. You know, we kept it under 10 minutes. So now we can get into our content coverage.
Which is impressive that we kept it under 10 minutes with me having 9 fucking guesses.
I know. I was like, come on, motherfucker.
I was thinking.
Yeah.
I found the same country twice.
You actually got it. So that being said, where we left off, we woke up at the Sunset Motel, and I still don't have my fucking car. So I took the fast travel system.
Yep.
And you called Judy Alvarez, which is optional, but I did. So you called Judy, and she's like, hey, V, what's going on? I haven't talked to you in forever. We got to remember the last time you talked to her was before the heist. So she thought you were dead.
Yeah.
She's like, how's it going? I haven't talked to you in forever. And you immediately ask, hey, I need to talk to Evelyn Parker. And she's like, don't want to talk about it.
Yep.
I didn't hear nothing, didn't see nothing. Matter of fact,
I don't know nothing about nothing, sir.
Matter of fact, I'm blind in this eye and half blind in that. You ever seen that clip with that black guy gets questioned by police?
I think so, yeah. I'm pretty sure I've seen it.
Yeah.
Did you witness anything strange in the area?
What, witness?
Yes.
Is this camera on?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, nah, I ain't seen nothing. I ain't seen nothing. Matter of fact, I'm blind in my left eye and 43% blind in my right eye. I don't see much of nothing. Matter of fact, I can't even see you, sir.
But yeah, she plays dumb, and you keep pressing her, right? And she's like, V, drop it. Hangs the phone up on you. And now you go to Lizzie's.
Yeah.
And obviously Evelyn Parker's not there. So I find this weird. Like, you met you met Evelyn Parker one time, and all of a sudden you have backstage access to a really fucking prestigious BD club.
Yep.
You can just go back where the fucking women are getting dressed and everything. And they're like, hey, what the fuck? What are you doing back here?
Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine. That's Judy's friend. Like, they saw you with her one time, and they just immediately assume, oh, they're cool.
Oh, that's right. There was an NPC that said that as you're walking by.
Yep. Yeah, because there was it was a male and a female in the dressing room. And my guess is based on a conversation I heard that takes place after the conversation with Judy.
Yeah.
I'm guessing the male's transgender because they were talking about how they are female. And then the woman that they're talking to is like, oh, well, you know, unlike you, I was born with this body.
Oh.
Yeah, dude. I listened to the whole thing. I just sat there like,
I must have missed that.
Yeah, like it's as you're leaving, you have no interaction with them whatsoever. They just talk to themselves. But I was like, this is weird.
Yeah.
So I just sat there and listened to the whole thing.
I'll have to go back and look at that in the footage. So you go down the stairs and you talk to Judy, but she's arguing with one of her coworkers there. I can't remember her name. I think it's Susie Q, right? Does that sound familiar? Susie Q?
I think so.
Okay.
It's whoever her boss is, the owner.
Yeah, she's a black woman, and she's got like cybernetics all over her body. She's got like a yellow faceplate on her forehead.
Yeah.
But they're arguing, and apparently Judy is like a good Samaritan, right? She takes beat up dolls off the street and gives them a job in a safe place to work.
Yeah.
So, and this woman is arguing with Judy, like, you can't just keep picking up every fucking stray on the street that you see.
Yeah.
So Judy gets pissed off. She leaves and everything. And you talk to Judy, and Judy's like, V, I already told you, I don't want to talk about it. But obviously the quest has to go somewhere, right? So you keep pressing her and keep pressing her. And eventually she opens up like, all right, look, Evelyn was a doll. And she goes to this place called Clouds. She left her, was it a cigarette box here?
Yeah, it's her cigarette case.
Yeah, her cigarette case. And it shows the address and everything. And she's like, just go, tell me if you find her and just let me know she's okay, right?
Yeah, like she's real pissed off after you open the cigarette case. There's a like a business card with Cloud's information on it. You close it, you start walking away, and then her tone immediately changes. Like, in hey V, let me know what you find out. Like, it immediately becomes more somber. Like, clearly she's angry because she's dealing with a lot of like emotions and shit and doesn't quite know how to handle it.
Yeah.
So from there, you leave and you start heading to Clouds, and as soon as you get there, which I think I may have taken the tram to get there, but you walk in, and
that's when you talk to the receptionist, right?
yeah, and you gotta fucking plug in your personal link.
And there's an option there if you have enough tech, right? You can call her out on her bullshit, be like, hey, that's not safe.
Yeah.
I'll get fucking hacked as soon as I plug in.
Yeah, like that's not a good thing to do. Like, it's really easy to hack it.
Yeah.
And then actually before you get there, I just remember there's a bunch of tiger claws that are standing outside.
Yes.
There's two NPCs talking to one of them, and I listened to that conversation too. They're like, this fucking city, they didn't do anything for us. So that we have the hole in our roof and nothing's been done. We've been complaining about it, and the other guy's like, dude, do you know who you're talking to? So as soon as he was done speaking, like he finished whatever his last word was, shot that dude in the fucking face. Those two went sprinting down. The other fucking tiger claw started coming up to me.
So I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot. So as you're going up the elevator, Johnny comes and talks to you. He's an AI, so he comes in and out as he pleases. He's like a ghost.
Yeah, he's pretty much Cortana.
Yeah. So he talks to you and says, hey, did you notice those two guys downstairs? And then you start talking and be like, yeah, tiger claws are practically in bed with Arasaka. They have strong ties with each other.
Yeah.
So whatever tiger claws are doing, they're doing it with the backing of Arasaka. They're trying to cover up something. So maybe they're here to try to find Evelyn Parker as well.
Yep.
Because she was in bed literally with Saburo. So it makes sense that Evelyn is a doll. Like, why would she be in Saburo's penthouse to begin with? So maybe Yorinobu. Did I get him mixed up again? Yorinobu, the younger guy, the son. Fuck me.
Yeah, she was fucking the dead guy. Yeah.
So he was fucking the old grandpa. It makes sense that Evelyn was maybe a client. Maybe they met at Clouds one time with Yorinobu, and you know how rich guys are. They find a prostitute that they like and they want to make them only theirs. So, I mean, Pretty Woman.
Isn't that kind of like how most men find dates?
Yeah.
Like, oh, that pretty woman, I like her. I'm going to make you mine and mine only.
Yorinobu, Pretty Woman, fucking Evelyn Parker. Pretty woman. Oh God. But anyway, so you go to
your own asshole.
you go to Clouds and you talk to the receptionist, and very quickly, I like how the receptionist has her own unique character model. One of the few times where I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool. This is an NPC with their own unique face and everything. Because a lot of NPCs in the game, they're procedurally generated and everything. So it's a nice breath of fresh air when I see one like, oh, they meticulously crafted this person.
Yeah, they actually took the time to make this person look different.
Yeah, so you're talking to the receptionist, and she's like, all right, I need to get a profile for you. She doesn't know that you're there for information. She's like, all right, you're here to get your dick wet.
Yeah. I'm here to fuck.
Yeah, I'm here to fuck. So what they do is they build up a personality profile, which with the data link, I'm assuming they read your consciousness and your sexual desires. Like they know what you don't even know.
Yeah.
So they find a doll that's most compatible with your innermost desires.
Yeah.
And out of the list of 10 or so, only 2 are available.
Yeah, you get the choice between Angel and Sky.
Mm-hmm. Which back in the day, I don't think they showed you the photos. You just had the names to go off of. So I think that was part of an update along the way. Because I remember specifically back in the day when I played the game on launch, I'm like, okay, Angel's the woman. I go select Angel. I get in the booth like, no. Wait, no.
Wait. Yeah, no, so first time I played through, I don't know, I was texting somebody when it was going through like selecting everybody. So I didn't see who was who.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. Probably Angel. Angel's probably the chick.
Yeah.
Same fucking thing. As soon as I was like, nope, I'm gonna have that whole conversation over again.
Closes the door. You're locked in here with me. But so excuse me. And there's a funny interaction with Johnny as you're leaving the fucking counter.
Johnny!
And Johnny's like, that's really sad. There's only 2 fucking hookers that would sleep with you.
Only 2 willing to spread their legs for you. Sad.
Go eat a dick, Johnny.
That's because I got a fucking brain parasite that's fucking everything up. I don't remember exactly what it says. That's
something along those lines. Yeah, he's like, I would have had more options if it wasn't for you.
Yeah.
But you go inside the booth, right? You have to drop off all your weapons, which is actually makes this mission a lot more interesting because there are combat sections later on that you have to either stealth through or find creative ways around, which I love mission design like this, man.
Yeah.
Where it forces you to, like, if you just had your weapons, most of the time you just go guns blazing, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, almost every gamer, as soon as they're told, it's stealth optional.
Stealth
like,
optional.
Fucking cool. I'm going to go in guns blazing. I'm going to wipe everybody out.
But I actually like this. It forces you out of your comfort zone a little bit, and it makes the combat and the level a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you go into the booth, and there we chose Sky, right? We're both dudes.
Yeah.
So we both chose Sky, and I gotta say, man, like full-blown honesty and everything, this is one of my favorite missions just because of the monologue of dialogue that you get. It's so impactful. Like, you wouldn't think it, but this conversation with not a BD, like a doll. And if you guys don't know, a doll is basically a person that is a hooker, but they turn their brain off when they're doing the nasty.
Yeah, so they get all this information beamed into a doll implant, and the implant itself starts to take over.
Yeah,
and it controls their actions, like makes it to where it'll follow whatever it is that your desires are that it scanned.
Yeah,
so they're not actually like aware of everything going on, but their body and shit, like, it's still moving fluently. Like it's interesting.
So you do the dirty without any of the guilt. You don't even remember it.
Yeah.
And it makes you a better partner, for lack of better words. But anyways, this is a very important scene. And you wouldn't think it because it's a conversation with a hooker where their actions are being driven by some AI computer program.
Yeah.
But it is. Like, if you really think about it, this is one of the only times where V gets to open up about what he's feeling.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't talk about what he's going through very often, and she was able to pry it out of him pretty easily. And I like this too because this option of dialogue, like, there's so many different choices. I doubt you and I went the same path.
Did you cut it off early and said afterlife?
I did the whole thing.
I did the whole thing too.
But there's, I might have chosen this one, you might have done this, and there's different dialogue options.
Yeah.
You'll still get to the same end result, but the way the conversation flows will vary from person to person based on your actual dialogue choices.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah. So what happens is you go in and you talk to Sky, right? And you question, like, hey, have you seen Evelyn Parker? And immediately this AI turns it around and controls the conversation because they know this person has an AI that scanned your brain and it knows what you're feeling. It knows what you want and what you want to talk about. Like, it knows you better than you know yourself.
Yeah.
So it's like a psychologist that has all the tools to fucking deconstruct you. And
it has all the infinity stones for your psyche.
Yeah, pretty much. So Sky immediately starts asking you if that's not why you're here. And she has this soft, like, melancholic voice that really, like, hammers down what she's saying.
Yeah, and it makes me hard.
Yeah.
I knew that'd get you.
And she's like, you're not here just for one question. You're here for what you're feeling. And, she starts talking about, like, your fear of, God damn it. Fucking beer, it's burping. I understand now.
I told you.
But she starts talking about your fear of like going away into nothing and not being remembered.
Yeah.
And she starts out like, oh, what happened? I thought you wanted to be a legend in Night City. And you have the choice of choosing like, oh, that was just a dream, or no, I still want that.
Yeah.
I chose the bottom one, like, oh, that was so long ago, I hardly even remember.
For me, I went with that's still the plan, like still the dream, but I gotta handle this first, something along those lines.
And then it progresses and she drills into you and be like, well, you don't really want to talk about it. The big question that's drilling into you, you've been avoiding it. Just let it out. And you eventually tell her, like, you can tell her one of three options. And I think the first one was you died and you came back.
Yep.
The second one is, what was the second one?
I think that one might have been the fear of becoming somebody else.
Yes. Oh, okay. So Johnny taking over.
Yeah.
And then the third one is losing Jackie. So I chose the bottom one is I had a friend that was close to me and now I have nobody.
Yeah.
And which one did you choose?
I chose the one where it was talking about the fear of becoming someone that you don't know, or you're losing yourself, essentially how they phrase it.
Okay. And did she kind of say the same thing where we're always changing, we're always evolving?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, she kind of said the same thing to me, like there's always constant change in our lives and you're afraid of that. And the people that loved you are still here, they're a part of you. And the conversation progresses and eventually I just said, I'm scared of death. The void freaks me out. And that's when you lay further on the bed and the conversation gets really personal. Like, that Night City at any time can put a bullet in your brain, but you still need to go out there because that's what you do. Yeah. It's like a football locker room talk. This is what we do. This is what we do. But it's a very emotional scene. Like it gives a lot of backstory to V. Like, a lot of us like to imprint our own personalities onto our characters and forget that sometimes when you're playing games like this, you're just driving the car.
Yeah.
But, the person behind the wheel, or let me rephrase this.
In Soviet Russia, car drive you.
All right. So a game like Skyrim, you fully create your character, right? That character is a reflection of you or whatever you want to roleplay as.
Yeah.
In games like The Witcher or Cyberpunk, you're just steering the wheel. But the person is their own person with their own beliefs and history and backstory. Like Geralt of Rivia, has his own backstory. You're just kind of along for the ride.
Yeah.
And, directing how it goes. Same with V. And sometimes we forget that V is their own person with their own backstory and choices and fears too.
Yeah.
And this scene really shows that. It's one of the few times where we're like, oh shit, I'm not playing as myself. I'm playing as V, or as we get to know, Vincent.
Yeah.
That was a name drop. It's either Vincent or Valerie?
Valerie.
Okay.
And I remember, excuse me. I remember Valerie because when I started playing as my female V, it's actually like right at the beginning when you're starting the heist.
Okay.
As you're starting to head up, Jackie's like, "Yeah, are you ready, Valerie?" I was like, "Oh, my name's Valerie. What the fuck?"
Yeah. So, and I think the conversation pretty much ends there. Like, you have one or two more comments, like, "Well, thank you. Like, you really helped me." And then you're like, "I don't want this to end. Few rarely do, but all good things have an end." And then you say your safe word.
So what now?
Now, you find out what it is you need to do.
Which is... You're gonna tell me?
You've never backed down from anything in your life. Even when you maybe should have. You go through Night City knowing a stray bullet could end you while hailing a cab. But that's never stopped you from taking action. Going where you needed to go. And it won't stop you now.
But how do I keep up with everything that's changing?
You have been keeping up. You've made an impact. Not a single thing in this world isn't in the process of becoming something else. Likewise, you never look back. If you gotta kill, kill. If you gotta burn it all to the ground, then let it burn.
Thanks, for all this. Jeez, don't even feel like getting up.
Few do. But everything has its end.
Afterlife.
And I just want to say one more time, like, this scene is one of the few times where V gets to show his personality and his fears.
Yeah, we get to see V's humanity come out.
Yeah, and what he's scared of. And it reiterates the thesis of this game, which I believe is death. Like, this whole game, in my opinion, just revolves around the idea of death or maybe terminal illness like cancer. Like, how do you deal with that knowledge of your end is coming?
Yeah.
Do you stand by your integrity as who you are, or do you sell your soul for more time? You know?
Yeah.
And that's the endings of the game, which we won't really get into now, but the breadcrumbs are being sprinkled right now.
Yeah.
Of those ideas. So anyway, let's go ahead and move on from that. It's a great scene. Unless you added something you want to say about that.
Not really, no. I mean, from there, it you say your safe word, whether it's Afterlife or Samurai, and the doll, like, they start waking up like, what happened? Did I do something wrong? And you start talking, like, I needed to talk. She's like, you pulled me out for a conversation.
Yeah.
Like, she gets fucking pissed.
I'm not supposed to be aware right now.
Yeah. This isn't how this is supposed to go. I don't like that.
Chrissy, wake up. I don't like this.
And there's a couple different ways that you can go about it. You can either you can bribe her, or I think there's a different option where you can tell her, like, hey, you give me the information I need, I'll get the fuck out of here. I'll get out of your hair.
Yeah.
Turns out that option still gets you the information. You don't have to do anything fucking extra, and you don't have to fucking lose out on money.
I know.
I didn't fucking know that. Every time I've bribed the bitch.
Yeah, it takes like 2 extra seconds, and you still get the information.
Yeah.
So she tells you that Lizzie, not Lizzie, goddammit, Evelyn, she needed a facial reconstruction, right? Oh, no, Tom, the second guy, tells you that, right? Is it Tom?
Yeah. So she's like, she had an incident with a customer, this and that. If you want more information, go talk to Tom in the VIP section.
Yes.
So from there, you start walking out, and Johnny says something smart ass like, oh, and now the mystery continues, or some shit as you're taking off. And you start heading your way towards the VIP section.
Yeah.
And there's some dude who is mad pissed off because they kicked him out. They refused or revoked his access to the VIP section.
That's right now. Okay, I thought this was later on in the mission. Yeah. So I'll let you continue. Sorry.
So yeah, that dude's super pissed off, right? And like, you hear this whole thing about, oh, do you know who the fuck I am? This and that. And you need a card to be able to go in there. And one of the Tiger Claws is talking to the bouncer, like, all right, I'll be right back. I gotta piss. So my method was I followed that motherfucker into the bathroom and I knocked him the fuck out.
Yeah. So right now is where the mission branches out to multiple methods that you can tackle the obstacle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I love that. As far as I know, there's obviously the method where you just follow the Tiger Claw into the bathroom, sneak up behind him, snap his neck, and you get the token, right? The VIP token. The other way is, I noticed there was a door to the right where if you have enough strength, you can pry that bitch open.
Yeah, I think there's one that you can pry it open, and there's another one that if you have the tech ability, you can open it.
Oh, is there?
I think so, yeah. I think there's it's like if you go around to the right and the left, that's where the tech door is.
Okay. And I chose the one where snapping the guy's neck. I had the muscle to open up the door, but I'm like, I want to do this.
Yeah, I'm just going to kill him.
And obviously there's the other option where you can just go in guns blazing. There's a bouncer right at the front door, so you can't sneak past it.
Yeah.
Unless, have you ever tried like doing some kind of like quick hack bullshit where you can distract the guard and take out the camera? Is that possible?
I mean, it might be now, but I've never tried it.
Oh, I've never tried it too, but I just thought about that. Like, is that an option? Is there a vending machine or something nearby you can short circuit, get his attention, and then take out the camera too?
You might be able to. I'll have to see if I have a save. I want to go test that now.
But yeah, so we both chose to snap the Tiger Claw's neck, grab the card, go up the stairs, and it's a really cool looking club.
Grab the card, go up the stairs, and then we got
My family grounded me, so they took away the stairs because I am grounded. A little Ed and Eddie reference for you. Anyway, you go up the stairs, and this is a really cool looking club. It looks really, really fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I wish we got to spend more time here. But you go and you go past the guards and everything, and you go straight to Tom, right? Is it Tom? Is his name?
Yeah. So you can just go straight to Tom from here. And door opens up and goes, hi, there must be some kind of a mistake.
So he's a doll too, right?
Yeah. She's like, I don't have any information on you. And
I don't know how to personalize your experience.
Yeah. So you start telling like, I'm not here about this. I'm here to talk about Evelyn. And he starts giving you some information like, oh, she went to he says like she went to
Ozo's?
Osaka or Oslo. It's like, okay.
Which is it?
Yeah. Which I thought that was fucking hilarious. Like, okay, so you said it's Sako or Oslo. Which one is it? Like, it was Oslo. It was definitely Oslo. Don't hurt me, please.
Yeah, and that's the cool option, right? Like intimidate almost. But yeah, you get the information. It's one of those two. I can't remember. It's like Oslo.
Yeah, I want to say he says it's Oslo.
Yeah. So, and you keep pressing him, right? And all he says is there was a disgruntled employee or a customer, right? And she needed some work done on her jaw or her face.
Yeah.
So whoever did this broke her fucking jaw. And that's fucked.
Yeah.
But I think he directs you towards the name of the person that she was with was Woodman.
Well, Woodman is the owner of the club. He's the one.
That's right. Yeah. So
what ends up happening is you can investigate her booth, and when you go in there, you start scanning around. You see blood that's up on the wall.
Motherfucker! I didn't do that.
I might have footage of it.
Okay. I didn't even know she had a booth that you can go to. It didn't say it on the quest.
Yeah, it's an optional one. So you get to go investigate, and there's blood on the wall. You can see blood on the floor, and you start looking like, well, there's not enough blood to be from a fatality. Like she didn't die.
Yeah.
And little did you, luckily there was a camera set up that shoots out this fucking projection. So you watch a hologram of her with this customer. And
I should have done that.
It's just some like, I don't know, standard 9 to 5 looking fucking guy. And he starts like licking her feet and shit. And she goes to like get up and starts spasming. Like it's like someone fucking quick hacked her.
Oh.
She ends up slamming her own face into the wall, lands on the ground. She's twitching the fuck out. The customer ends up just running out.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So you're like, oh, fuck. Like she had to have gotten hacked. Yeah. I may have footage of that.
Okay. That'd be nice. That'd be nice because I would actually want to watch that. So you're now tasked with going to talk to Woodman, who's the owner of the club and handles problems, right? And I've played in the past, so I know what can happen here. But for some reason, I was doing good. I thought I was in a safe area. I just go talk to the guy. But for some reason, a stray fucking security camera tagged my ass. And then, all right, combat ensues. Fuck. So I go to the door. I talk to Woodman. But because I'm aggroed and everything, he says, I'm not going to talk to you. You've had to fucking kill a lot of people to get to me. You've left a path of blood in your wake. And V's like, an unfortunate circumstance, I admit, but if you come out and talk to me, I'm willing to be reasonable.
Dude, the way that he would say that, like, it makes me immediately think of fucking Gimli, like something Gimli would say. It's unfortunate circumstance. That wasn't my fault.
But yeah, so you go, if you like me and fucking aggro the camera, you have no choice but to kill him. So you go and kill Woodman, but I remember in the past that if you don't have anything aggroed and you go in, you can talk to him, and I think you can get the information without any violence.
Yeah, there's a couple ways. There's one that doesn't require any skill checks, and then there's the one that I did, which is it requires an intelligence check. So I can't remember exactly if you just normally talk to him, like exactly how the conversation goes.
Yeah, me neither. It's been so long.
Yeah, but with the intelligence one, you bring up the fact that you know that she got quick hacks. So what you can do is if he gives you the information, you'll help him buff their cybersecurity.
Yeah.
So they don't, it's not a repeated thing.
But what's fucked up is you want to kill him anyway because he's a dirtbag. Because what ended up happening is, didn't he, in the email that you find on his desk, didn't he find not Lizzie, god damn it, Evelyn. Didn't he find Evelyn and rather than help her, sold her to scavs?
That's pretty much exactly what he did. Yeah, he sold. So he dropped her off at Finger's place.
Yes.
And I don't think we get to it in this mission. That's one that happens later on down the line. We find out that scavs were also in cahoots with Fingers.
Yeah. So he's a dirtbag, so you want to kill him.
Well, you get an option later on to like let Judy get her revenge. You meet him down in the maintenance hall. He's like
Woodman?
Yeah. It's later on in Judy's quest line, like after you go and talk to her bitch of a friend that's working at the Mox.
I know who you're talking about. Fluffy, feathery, like clothes, ponytail, kind of purplish. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
So it's that mission. Like after you leave, she mentions, Woodman happens to be down below in this area on break or whatever, and you get to go kill him then.
Oh, you that's what you did?
Yeah.
So you resolved things peacefully the first time, but then you killed him later on.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, see, that's what's interesting about this. There's branching ways to handle this shit. And I love that because we get to talk about it and be like, oh, I did this. Oh, shit, I did this.
Yeah, and when we get to that mission, I'll make sure to have that footage there. I don't remember how far into Judy's questline that is, but it's...
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit, but...
And I'm trying to remember. So he gives you the location, right? Or you get it from the computer.
Yeah, either or.
You leave the bar, or not the bar, and then downstairs is the hooker slots, and everything.
Yeah.
And you talk to the receptionist. If you've aggroed everything, I have to legally give you your guns back, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
So I did that, everything was aggro on me. She's like, I have to legally give you your weapons back, even though you're a piece of shit.
Yep.
So you leave the building. You go down the elevator, and this is when you have that spaz fit, right?
Yeah, like midway down, you start noticing your camera's kind of doing this, and then I think V pukes, and then you start fucking stumbling out, and Johnny's like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" You sit down, and
he like sits. He gets pissed off. He brings a fucking stool. He's like, "Fine, we're having this conversation."
Yeah, like. He starts talking about how he wants to try to help you, and one of the options I picked was, what the fuck do you want? I thought you wanted me dead. I told you. I changed my mind.
Yeah. Don't want you dead anymore.
Yeah, it took some time to think things through. As the conversation progresses, V eventually says something like, "So what? You're trying to go after Arasaka again? Is this how I get recruited into a terrorist cell?"
A terrorist cell, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, you get to Mikoshi. He started talking about like, all right, because he knows about the Engram program because now he's an Engram.
Yeah.
He knows that there's an Arasaka place called Mikoshi where all the Engrams are stored. And the only way to like fix this is to go back to the source.
Hate you.
A little Matrix reference for you. But yeah, he starts talking about Mikoshi and V's like, well, how are we going to get there? I don't suppose you have a surplus of atomic bombs left, do you?
Yeah.
And he's like, I got a plan. Her name's Alt Cunningham. So we'll get to know about that later on. That'll be cool. And what else does he say? He's like, just think of us. All right. I help you get your life back. You help me take down Arasaka. It's a win-win, kid.
Yep.
And I can't remember. Did they say anything else of importance?
I mean, not really. It was mainly him talking about that you guys are running out of time and that the only way you're going to be able to fix your situation is to get to Mikoshi.
Yeah, he's like, things are going too slow. You'll kick over before we can get to Mikoshi.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you go down the elevator, you have that talk, and at this point, you can either finish Panam's story or you can finish Judy's story and go to Fingers, right?
I don't remember if you immediately get that quest, because if I remember right, when Judy, like I got off the phone with Judy, Takamura also called you, and that's how you start his quest line to go meet his friend in the back alley.
Oh. So we'll have to find out which route we want to go. I think we'll just finish Panam's shit so we can get that out of the way.
Yeah, because like I think after this mission, that's when the timed events start happening. So it's every like 12 hours, the next one will kick in.
Okay. Yeah, so that is the end of this episode. It's a bit of a shorter one, but if we kept going, that's another 30 minutes. And then the episode would be like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a shorter mission this time, but I believe next time we're going to finish all the Pan Palmer shit. And then we'll finish all the Judy Alvarez shit, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, so next time we'll probably be getting into the mission. If I remember right, it's called Lightning Breaks. It's going to be the one where we actually go take down the fuck is it called? The UAV?
I call it helicarrier from like Avengers or something. But armored flying transport, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we have a lot of cool shit coming. This was a shorter episode. A nice sweet spot of combat and decision making. I love it. You know, like it's kind of like that Fallout, level of decision making where different decisions have different effects and there's multiple ways you can tackle an obstacle. I love it. But yeah, and you get a really amazing scene with the hooker. And you wouldn't think like a hooker that it delivers one of the best monologue pieces of the game.
Yeah.
Are you fucking shitting me? Like, but it just adds so much context to the story of the game, and it's really relatable to events that happen later on in the game.
Yeah.
It's foreshadowing, right? And I fucking love it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Like they had that monologue set exactly right. Like it kind of brings back the seriousness of the situation. Like it's easy to forget because you can make V a fucking tank and just kill whatever the fuck you want.
Yep.
But in all reality, like, that man's dying.
Yeah. But yeah, that's where the episode ends. So that's where we're going to stop. Is there anything that you wanted to cover real quick, Hunter? Anything we might have missed or anything you want to just like talk about one more time before we move on?
Not that I can think of. I mean, really, like, when it came to the interaction with Woodman, I did think it was kind of funny. You walk in and man's just fucking mowing down on a fucking cheeseburger.
That's right. I forgot about this. Like, I'll be with you in 1 minute.
Hold on there. Hold on there. My customer's not coming back here. I'm busy. Like, no, you're not. You're eating, you fucking fat fuck.
You made him sound like Billy Butcher. Oi, Homelander, dead done steal me double whopper. We gotta go back and get me my fucking burger from that cunt. Okay, we're done. Anyway, my name is Adam Edgar.
I am Hunter Chambliss.
And we will catch you guys. Go away. I'm just looking at my dick now. Thank you. All right. Bye, guys.
I don't know. A happier ending for everyone involved.
Here, for folks like us, wrong city, wrong people.
A thing of beauty, I know, will never fade away. What you did to me, I know. Said what you had to say, but a thing of beauty.
Goodbye, and never stop fighting.